Have you ever caught yourself craving a place where you can finally rest? Not the kind of rest where you take a few days off and then return to the same old rhythm, still feeling like you are constantly chasing life. I mean a place where just being there naturally slows everything down, where each month passes without you tightening up because the cost of living keeps climbing. And more importantly, where you do not feel your health or your peace of mind slowly wearing out year after year. For many people watching this channel, especially if you have lived long enough to know what is truly worth holding on to, what you are looking for is probably not shine anymore. It's stability, a sense of calm, a long-term plan you can move through step by step without being pushed to decide fast, buy now, or fear missing out. That is why we created Europe on Sale. We focus on ordinary properties with low entry prices and, more importantly, places you can approach with a realistic plan. Some homes are usable right away. Some need a bit of work, but the goal is always the same, to help you see the full picture before you even think about making a decision. In today's video, we're looking at two homes in two completely different parts of Italy, one in Masserano in the northern region of Piedmont, the other in Carunchio in Abruzzo in the central south, a hilly area not too far from the sea. What makes people pause is that both are priced under 20,000 euros. If you are used to markets in the United States, the United Kingdom, or Canada, that number can almost sound unreal. But what makes this interesting is that these two homes are not the same, and they are not just inexpensive. When you look at them long term, they are the kind of properties that make people stop and think. Not because they are easy, but because they open up a different kind of possibility if you step in with a clear plan and enough patience. So take your time watching. There is no pressure here. No one expects you to decide today. This is simply a journey to look more closely at a different way of living and to ask yourself whether it fits your story. And now, let's begin. Masserano is a small town in the province of Biella in the Piedmont region. Life here tends to slow down on its own. People move with the seasons, with the daylight, with simple daily routines that many of us quietly lost somewhere along the way in the city. It is not loud, it is not flashy, but it carries that quiet kind of peace that makes people want to return, especially when you start feeling like you need a place to slow your life down. And if you enjoy nature in a practical way, Piedmont has its own character. Gentle hills, small cultivated plots, roads where a short drive can completely change the scenery. In that setting, there is a detached house listed at a price that makes most viewers pause for a few seconds: 19,000 euros. This is a detached house of about 150 square meters, spread across 3 levels, with approximately 2,600 square meters of land that was previously used for fruit trees and vines. The internal layout is clear and practical for a family. 4 bedrooms in total and 3 bathrooms. On the ground floor, you have the kitchen and living area with a small bathroom. The first floor offers 2 bedrooms and another bathroom. The upper level adds 2 more bedrooms and 1 more bathroom. There's also a cellar and storage space on the lower level. If you have spent time in Europe, you already know how useful that kind of space can be. Seasonal storage, tools, or even a small wine and pantry corner in true local style. If you calculate the price based on living space alone, you are looking at roughly 127 euros per square meter. This is where the financial picture becomes clearer. Market data shows the average asking price in Masserano at around 392 euros per square meter in January 2026. That means this property is positioned significantly below the town average. On paper, the entry margin looks wide. But a low price only matters if the home is not cut off from real life. In this case, the surrounding services feel fairly balanced. Nearby, you have Ristorante Borgo Vecchio, a pharmacy, and a sports center. Convenience shops, cafes, a bakery, and local farms are within about 1 kilometer. Bus stops, a train station, a hospital, and highway access are also reachable without excessive distance. Another detail that adds to the lifestyle value is a ski area located roughly 13.6 kilometers away in a straight line. If you enjoy real winters, you're not driving hours just to reach snow. Of course, at this price level, there are trade-offs. The house is described as partially restored. That usually means some work has been done, but older systems may still sit behind the finished surfaces: electrical wiring, plumbing, drainage, and especially potential moisture in the cellar. The energy rating is Class G, and heating relies on a wood stove. Emotionally, that can feel warm and charming. Practically, if you plan to live here year-round with consistent comfort, you would likely consider improving insulation, upgrading windows, sealing drafts, and possibly modernizing the heating system to reduce manual dependence. That said, with such a low entry price and such a large plot of land, many buyers may feel the overall value still holds. So here is a quiet question to keep with you. When you picture yourself standing in front of a detached house in Piedmont, with land, with cellar space, with generous living area, and a price of 19,000 euros, does it move something inside you? Now let's move to the second property. Carunchio is a small hilltop town in the Abruzzo region, sitting at about 700 meters above sea level. This is not a lively seaside destination, even though the Adriatic coast is only around 26 kilometers away in a straight line. This is an inland town. Life moves slowly here. It is closely tied to the local community. Mornings are quiet. In the afternoon, cooler air drifts down from the hills, and winter really feels like winter. This house is listed at 18,000 euros. The size is around 150 square meters, which works out to roughly 120 euros per square meter. If you compare that to the average asking price in Carunchio, around 296 euros per square meter in February 2025, the entry point is significantly lower. Compared to the province of Chieti at about 1,158 euros per square meter in January 2026, and the wider Abruzzo region at around 1,379 euros per square meter in the same period, the gap becomes even more dramatic. From a purely financial perspective, this is a very low capital entry point. But this is not a move-in ready home. The condition is clearly stated as needing restoration. It is a traditional stone house with a cellar on the ground floor, a kitchen with a fireplace, and another room that also has a fireplace. Upstairs, there are 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a distinctive vaulted ceiling space. There is also a loft with a separate external entrance. That detail alone opens up possibilities for creating an independent area if renovated properly. In terms of daily services, there is a pharmacy within the town. However, a larger supermarket is about 11 kilometers away. The nearest bank is roughly 6.9 kilometers away in Salenza Soltrino. Civital Luparella train station is about 17.7 kilometers away. The nearest hospital is around 17 kilometers. The A14 highway, which connects toward the coast near San Salvo or Vasto, is about 30 kilometers by road. So daily convenience here is not immediate. It requires planning. So who is this property really for? It is not for someone who wants to move in right away. It is not for a passive investor. It is for someone with renovation experience, with a reserve budget, and with a real desire to shape a home in rural Abruzzo according to their own vision. The real question is this: are you willing to turn that potential into reality and accept the trade-offs and convenience that come with it? We have just walked through a journey that probably felt slow and gentle, just like the 2 homes we explored today. And maybe the most important thing after this video is not which one you lean toward. Maybe it is that you begin to see these lower-priced homes as a lifestyle choice, not just a bargain. This is not only about buying property, it is about choosing a different rhythm of life. There is a clear difference between owning to live and owning to carry. Owning to live means the house becomes a place you return to, a place where things simplify, where running costs do not keep you awake at night. Owning to carry is when you step in because the purchase price is low, but then you get pulled into endless repairs, constant, unexpected expenses, and eventually the home stops feeling like a place to rest. It becomes a project that never really ends. That is why the real benefit of options like these deserves a calm conversation. A low entry price means you're not carrying a heavy financial burden from day one. For many people, that translates into a lighter life. Taxes and operating costs can stay within reach. Maintenance can be handled step by step. And you can shape your lifestyle around your budget instead of chasing an expensive standard. Of course, we have to say this clearly. Homes like these are not perfect. Some have low energy ratings and heating systems that require effort and future upgrades. Some need significant renovation, and the total cost may go far beyond the original purchase price. But the value lies in the opportunity, the chance to build a long-term life on your own terms, as long as you step in with realistic expectations and a clear plan. No rushing, no exaggerated dreams, just seeing things as they are and moving forward step by step. Imagine a simple moment after everything is settled. A quiet morning. You open the door and you do not hear traffic. You hear wind and the rhythm of a small town. You drive a few minutes to buy what you need, stop at a local cafe, then return home to tend to a garden, organize the cellar, or simply sit still for a while. You do not need every minute to feel productive or impressive. You are just living at a pace you control. So before we close, here's one question for you. If you place yourself in today's story, would you choose a place that allows you to slow down immediately, or a place that requires more effort but opens up a longer journey of shaping your own space? Are you ready to begin something new? If you would like, leave a comment and share your thoughts. We read every message because sometimes it is your stories that make this journey more real than the homes on the screen. Thank you for watching until the end. If this perspective helps you see affordable homes in Europe more clearly, you can subscribe and continue with us. In the next video, we will open another door somewhere in Europe. No rush, no big promises, just trying to see clearly and live a little lighter.